大家好，今天是7月18日哦。那这篇文章是关于自律的一篇文章，那叫做 Power Technique，Power 方法，由 PWR 这三个为主体，然后 O+E 为辅这样子。那内容非常之多，我目前理解是不太，没办法全部理解了，那还是过一下内容，然后再全部朗读出来这样子。那这边的话，前面提到了，就是我们在讲到自律的话，好像就会想要我们去 clenching very really hard，clenching 就是咬紧牙关，就是忍耐、忍耐再忍耐这样子哈。那或者是说，有些人就会讲说，你这个废物，你再不努力，你就怎么样怎么样，就是都会是一个比较负面的形象去提到自律这种东西。应该说自律这件事情本身是好的，但是提到做法，我们很常会想到说什么，我们要让自己要牺牲短期利益换取长远利益呀、或者是说把悬梁刺股这件事情，或者是有人说鞭策自己，就是这个行为本身是应该说这件事情算是一个美德，自律嘛，自律是个美德，但是要达到自律这件事情，我们采用的手段通常都是一些不太让我们不太高兴的一些手段，比如说这个他这边还有提到一个叫做这个叫做有一幅画叫做尤里西斯跟这个海妖，就是这个海妖。他在海上，他会在有船经过的时候呢，唱一首歌，然后去诱惑其他人，诱惑这些船员，然后这些船员就会发疯。那为了让这些船呢，在经过他这边的时候呢，可以安然的度过，那这个船长就叫其他船员呢把耳塞给戴上。那耳塞戴上之后呢，那他们就听不到这个歌声了嘛。啊，尤里西斯他不是尤里西斯哦，是奥德赛。哦，是奥德修斯，尤里西斯、奥德修斯啊，反正就是这个船长啊。船长就是他不知道为什么他不他不要戴耳塞啊，可是就叫他们把他绑在船上，那也是算是一个自律，但是本身的过程应该也是非常痛苦的哦。好，那这边来讲了很多棉花糖实验嘛。棉花糖实验的话，也是一个牺牲短期利益，然后换取长远的回报的一个实验。那应该大家都懂，那不懂的话去查一下。其实很多这个新闻，不，很多的文章都有在讲这个棉花糖实验。1960年代一个很有名的实验。好，那讲这么多，那他是说哈，self discipline 这件事情，自律不应该是靠苦行来达成的，应该是要有一个聪明的方法。那这个聪明的方法的话，它就是由 PWR 这三个重点 main ingredients 来作为主体。第一个叫做 pause，那 pause 的话就是叫你怎样，这边应该有一个这样子哈，PWR 三个字就这样，you hold your breath 就是 pause。你先停一下，然后 don't allow yourself to breathe again until you begin to take an action that align with your goals。然后在你停止呼吸的时候呢，你去想一下，我现在应该要干嘛？然后再来就是，然后恢复你的呼吸，然后开始去做你要做的事情。然后这边有提一下为什么可以呢？好像也有点自虐了。暂停呼吸，虽然是随时可以继续呼吸的，不过好像还是逃不出有点自虐的这个。应该说，自律本身本来就不是一件太舒服的事情。OK，they generate a lot of chemical motivation at the cheap cost of taking a breath。暂停呼吸这么厉害啊！算了，我就把它全部读一遍好了。 太多了吧？OK，接下来我就全部朗读出来吧。The power technique, a strategic approach to self-discipline. Strategic B stoicism. People who talk about self-discipline often make it sound like a matter of clenching really hard, or of bullying yourself through negative self-talk. But effective self-discipline is about working smarter, not just harder. We've known this since Odysseus tied himself to the mast, and we've studied it extensively in the lab, from Robert Sapolsky's Behave. In the 1960s, Stanford psychologist Walter Mischel developed the marshmallow test to study gratification postponement. gratification postponement 就是中文就是延迟满足。A child is presented with a marshmallow. The experimenter says, I'm going out of the room for a while. You can't eat the marshmallow after I leave, but if you wait and don't eat until I get back, I'll give you another marshmallow, uh, and leaves. And the child observes through a two-way mirror begins the lonely challenge of holding out for 15 minutes until the researcher returns. Studying hundreds of 3 to 6 year olds, Miss Cole saw numerous variability. A few ate a marshmallow before the experimenter left the room. Before, oh, about a third lasted the 15 minutes. The rest were scattered in between, averaging a delay of 11 minutes. Kids' strategies for resisting the marshmallow's siren call differed, as can be seen on contemporary versions of the test on YouTube. Some kids cover their eyes, hide their marshmallows, seem to distract themselves. Others grimace. What's this? Grimace. Funny face? I don't know. Sit on their hands. Others sniff the marshmallow, pinch off an infinite, infinitely tiny piece to eat. Hold it reverentially. What? Reverentially. Kids it petted. As expected, older kids hold out longer, using more effective strategies. Younger kids describe strategy. I keep thinking about how good that second marshmallow would taste. The problem, of course, is that this strategy is about two synapses away from thinking about the marshmallow in front of you. Synapses, what the hell? In contrast, older kids use a strategy of distraction, thinking about toys, pets, their birthday. This progresses to reappraisal strategy. This isn't about marshmallows, it's about the kind of person I am. To Miskell, maturation of willpower is more about distraction and reappraisal strategy than about stoicism. Okay, next paragraph. How do I know? Self-discipline is my jam. I spend a lot of time honing my ability to do what I say I'm going to do. Maybe not 10,000 hours, but certainly 10,000 learning cycles. And the power technique, which I'll explain below is one of the most valuable frameworks I've developed with all those iterations. First, a quick reality check. No single technique will turn anyone into a disciplined person. For that, You have to put in your own 10,000 iterations. But there's an idea of what technique will do. The psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl once wrote, "Between stimulus and response there is a space, and that space is our power to choose our response." Well, think of the power technique as a strategic crowbar for prying that space wide open with minimal effort. PWR, out of the power, the letters PWR, the main ingredients. Let's start with the PWR in POWER, power. These letters are capitalized because they are the core steps of the technique. They stand for pause, what now decision, and reset. In short, you hold your breath and don't allow yourself to breathe again until you begin to take an action that aligns with your goals. I'll break down the steps. Step 1, pause. Let's say you're in a situation where you want to exercise self-discipline. Maybe you keep snoozing your alarm instead of getting up. Oh, yeah. Maybe you're doom scrolling a social feed instead of working on that important project. Maybe you've just reached for the marshmallow instead of waiting for the nice man in the lab coat to bring you marshmallow number two. The first step is to pause and take what I call a ransom breathe, ransom breath. Whatever it is you are currently doing, stop doing it. First step, whatever it is you are currently doing, stop doing it. Second step, take a deep breath and hold it in. Third step, commit to yourself that you won't release the breath until you start taking a specific goal-directed direction, explained in the next step. Now you have a hostage situation on your hands. As a side note, obviously, don't hold your breath to the point of passing out. If you naturally run out of air, just start a new breath hold. Okay, step 2. What now decision. Step 1 is P, pause. Step 2 is what, W, what now decision. What now is short for what should I do now? In the scenarios I mentioned above, you already have a general idea of what you should do. But to make a what now decision, you need to what? Concretize. Okay, make something real. Concretize. Make it something specific. I believe. Check out. Okay. You need to concretize the idea into a specific action step. The action step should be simple enough that you can get it done before running out of breath. But simple doesn't mean trivial. Here are some examples. A scenario: you keep snoozing your alarm. One now decision is I'll stand to I'll stand to my feet with no part of my body touching the bed anymore. Next scenario, for example, you're stuck in a doom scrolling app like Twitter or some social media app on your smartphone. Your one now decision would be I'll close this browser tab or mobile app. Scenario, for example, you reach for the mallow. One now decision should be I'll sit my hands and start counting one C's, two C's, three C's, four C's. Okay, step 2 is a one now decision. Now step 3 is reset. Exactly what you think. First, you unpause to take action on your one now decision. Two, once you've satisfied the conditions that you laid out in step two, you release the Renson breath and go about your day. And that's that. 好，那今天的话是把 Power 的 PWR 先讲解了一下，那之后应该还有一些原理的部分，还有那个 O 跟 E 的部分作为补充嘛，那它应该这有点多，下次再继续念吧。今天先到这边了，拜。